What's gaming, y'all? I'm Ryan, and welcome to the Board Game Journey, where you will be joining me to play 1,000 games. Now, we already added 6 games to the journal, and today we're adding 3 more, which are going to be 3 word associations games. Now, these games are all about trying to figure out how your friends think. Let's get into it. First up is landmarks. With landmarks, you are traversing a map, trying to find treasures while avoiding curses. Ooh. You can either play this as a team or cooperative, which is mainly how I've been playing it so far. Gameplay is pretty straightforward in the team version. You use this side of the board, and the first team to get 4 treasures wins. Each team captain will use the same map to navigate their team to different spots. So if you're on team 1, your goal is to try to get to all the number 1 treasure spots. Now, there's also 2 neutral treasures that are like wilds. So those help meet your goal of 4. So if you happen to have both goals plus 2 of your treasure spots, you still win the game. Okay. It's my turn. Now I'm playing the cooperative version, which differs in a couple different ways. First, you're limited to 7 tiles, and the only way to get more is to find these water spots on the map. The other main thing is how you win. You have to find as many treasures as you can before you find this exit. Now, admittedly, I find this a little strange because technically you can win by just finding the exit. So with my friends, I like to set a treasure goal. So we say, okay, we need to find 2 or 3 treasures before we find the exit. So far, my team is doing pretty well. We started off the word with penny, clown, and song. Now, these words the games give to you, and you put them on the map where the card says to put them. The first clue I gave was Yankovic, as in Weird Al Yankovic. Now, I listened to his music growing up, and to my surprise, they figured out where to put it. They put it between song and clown. That's exactly what I was thinking, because he is a songwriter, but also a little bit of a clown, which gave us our first amulet. Since the tiles are limited, I want to go for a water spot next, but I'm a little bit nervous going straight for it since there is a curse nearby. So I went ahead and did album, which my team correctly put between Yankovic and song. So now to get the water spot, I need a clue between Yankovic and album. Now the best I can come up with right now is scissors, because Weird Al Yankovic has an album called Running with Scissors. Now maybe this is 2D cut. I don't know if they're going to get it, but we'll see. I've only played the team version once, so I can't fairly judge it yet. But as a co-op version, I played it a bunch of times at the end of a night. For me, it's like a really good cool-down game. I know Landmarks has been compared to Codenames, and having played both, I lean towards Landmarks. Mainly because with Codenames, a clue giver has to look over all the words to try to figure out what clue to give. It can feel a little clunky, but with Landmarks, they have very few options, so it starts off a little bit smoother. Next up is Word Traveler. This is a cooperative game where each person plots a path across a 7x7 grid filled with tourist destinations. Now the catch is you only have a limited amount of vocabulary to do this. Now showing you will be way easier, so... Okay, it's my turn. I'm playing blue. What should I do? With Word Traveler, each person's giving a passport with a map inside that they're trying to give their teammates to get to certain destinations. You can see on the map here, those little blue dots, those are like 1 point, and the green stars, those are worth 2 points. Now each player starts in the middle and secretly maps out their route that they're trying to get their teammates to go on. So I'm trying to get to 3 different spots using these 10 words that I was randomly dealt. Now each word has the positive and the opposite version of themselves. So it could be moving or not moving. This is big or not big. So based with that, I have to decide where I want to go first. Let's just say I go north. So currently there's 1 spot, which is just painting I could go to. So looking at the painting, I think that's Starry Night, if I know my paintings. So that's probably expensive, and I would say it's whimsical. So that would get me to the first location. So from the painting, the only way I can go now is west to this pizza. Now using the words I have here, the only thing that kind of makes sense to me is maybe like spicy. I can maybe go dirty because pizzas could be dirty, but I had to be careful because of the other clues here. So I think I'll just go spicy because to me that's the only thing that makes sense. So now from the pizza, it's a little bit more challenging because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things that it could potentially go because I have to go south and I'm trying to get to the dog walker. So using the words I have left, I don't know. I feel like let's go with maybe moving and fun, maybe fun. Now I could, because maybe, I don't know, maybe they think it's like the boat or something like that. So I could be, not big, right? And maybe that's in case they think, oh, the boat's moving, the boat's fun. Maybe if I do not big, maybe that rules that out and they kind of go to the dog walker then. So after everyone's done, you take turns trying to figure out everyone's clues. So with me, they would say, okay, he went north, it was expensive, whimsical, and they use these markers to try to plot the path that I took, right? And then they say, okay, then he went over here to spicy, maybe he went maybe pizza. And then from here, they look at my moving, fun, not big, and maybe they figure out in the end that it was there. So if they get them all correct and they lined up to the spots on my map, well, we all get points. For some reason, Word Traveler has received some bad press by reviewers, and honestly, I don't understand why. In my 3 plays, I found it to be a lot of fun for the type of game that it is. It's not a strategic monster, but more of a fun activity to play with friends. And I personally find it to be a fun game to play as a date night game, because you get to see how each other think, and usually it leads to a lot of fun stories. Next up is Link City. With Link City, you are working together to build a city. Now, thematically, each turn, someone acts as the mayor to secretly decide where a business should go. And your friends, aka the planning committee, tries to see if they're on the same page as you. Okay, it's my turn. I wish I was playing blue, but this is a collaborative game, so what should I do? As the mayor, I'll be using this cover to hide what I'm doing behind it. But for you at home, I will take it away so you can clearly see what's going on. The game starts off with City Hall in the middle, and then you would have 4 random businesses or kind of places orthogonally around it. Orthogonally is a word that I did not know what it meant, but I hear it all the time, and apparently it's just left, right, up, down. Non-diagonal. See, I sound so smart. I do find myself using that word now, and I always feel slightly pretentious, but I also feel like a real gamer. Orthogonal. So in Seeker, I will take 3 random businesses or places from the box, and I will put them behind the cover. The other players take these colorful cones, and they place them next to other businesses. Then I need to figure out, like, for instance, this yellow cone. Which one of these 3 I think belongs where the yellow cone goes? So looking what I have right now, I have public toilets, mermaid pond, and jewelry boutique. So I got to decide which one of those I feel belongs next to a skate park and a police station. I mean, I think I would go with public toilets in this case. All right, so I'll go with public toilets on that one. Now, mermaid pond just sounds pretty swanky, pretty fancy. So I have a 5-star hotel and the opera. That's what the blue one is next to it. I feel like that is where the mermaid pond belongs. And then the last, unfortunately, just has to go there, but I think it does work out, is the jewelry, which I think that belongs next to a bus terminal. That feels about right. So now that's it. These will be turned face down, and now everyone else works together to then try to figure out, okay, how I was thinking, right? They would place these, and then we would reveal to see if we got it right or wrong. I could see Link City being a hit in some groups, but in my few playthroughs, I found it to just be okay. It's a fun enough activity, but if I had to choose a game, I'm more likely to choose something else. Just like a bad night's sleep can affect your day, we all know group dynamics plays a huge role in whether a game succeeds or flops. And I think the success of today's games really depends on who you're playing with. One thing I forgot to mention for Word Traveler is it does come with 4 different maps. You're not just stuck with the one I showed you. You have 3 other cities and / destinations that you can go to. So that definitely keeps the variability of play going. So a little update on landmarks. I ended up playing the teens version again in between filming these segments. And I must say, they definitely felt pretty unbalanced. I was playing with some new people who never played before, and they immediately called it out saying, hey, these don't seem fair. And I definitely have to agree. So my only hope at this point is that Floodgate, releases new maps that are better balanced. And yeah, I guess time will see. Okay, so we made it to the blue screen of goodness where I get to kind of rate these games into these different buckets. Now, I need your help here. I'm debating a new category. Because with these word association games or things like it, I don't know if I can put them into I don't really call them a game. They're like an activity. They're fun, don't get me wrong. They're definitely a game, but I don't feel like they fit into like a casual game. Like, would I put Word Traveler in the same bucket as, Towered Up? I don't know. Maybe. So for now, I think I'm going to create a new category, and I'm going to call it Fun Activity Games. Title TBD. I'd love to hear what you would call it. Or maybe you disagree. Maybe you think it belongs in the same category as one of these existing buckets. Let me know. With that said, with this new category, I think I will put Word Traveler number 1. Number 2, we'll go the landmarks. And then last will be Link City. And thank you again for joining me on this journey. I just find it so much fun. I love board games. And I know you guys do too. So keep your suggestions coming. Go in the comments. Make sure you like and subscribe. All the good stuff. And I'll see you in the next one.